Go ahead.
Welcome to the Distorted Dialogue podcast on the Metal Institute of Thrashology. Today we got Cryptodira. Am I saying that right?
That's right. Yep. Yes, you
All right.
are.
And we got Scott, the vocalist and Axeman, and we got Matt, the drummer, who just beats the shit out of skins. Great to have you guys here today, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks
Happy to
for
be
having us,
here.
man. Very cool.
Fuck yeah. I just listened. I've been listening to your entire catalog for days. I just discovered you through Liz. I'm so glad. I'm so glad she sent this over. So glad.
Sick.
Uh, I really liked the new Genesis of Air EP that's coming out on July 25th. I'm sure you guys like it too. So tell me
It
all
is,
about it.
yeah, it's I think I'm very biased in saying it's my favorite Cryptodira songs, that's for sure. They kick ass.
Okay.
It's wild that each one like song that we write that comes out ends up being the favorite. We're gonna be terrible parents
Yeah.
because we'll probably do the same thing to our children.
Yeah. But yeah, it's cool, man. It's our first little ditty in a while. We did a couple of singles between our last record and now that kind of were like palette wetters in a way, but this one feels like a big sort of page turn, a big rebirth. It kind of feels like in a weird way the band's like I don't want to say starting over because we're definitely not starting over, but it feels like a really fresh page, for everybody involved.
Mm.
Well, this is your first like big release since your full length back in 2020. The hell was that called? The
Angel
Agony,
History.
the Angel of History.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And we're bringing the bassist in with Vince from the Moontooth crew. Do you think that that brings in like just a huge like breath of fresh air?
Oh my God. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Absolutely. It's been so Matt and Vin actually live together. That's kind of how this whole thing
Yeah.
started.
We've played with Moontooth, known the guys for like a decade now, and so like obviously we're good friends. And I don't know if you well, we're from Long Island, New York. Fun thing about New York and Long Island specifically, housing is very difficult to pay for. So you need roommates. He was looking for a roommate. We linked up and found a really solid spot. And at that point, there was no designs, no predilections that we were going to be jamming together, but we always made jokes that between the two of us, there was an entire rhythm section. Um, and then actually, he was listening to some of these songs that are out now. And he was just like, yeah, at that point, our prior bassist was like, it was totally mutual, but he was on his way out too. So we were kind of looking around, but not making any like official calls to action necessarily. But Vin was there and like he knew the situation and he heard the or like he was listening to some of the new music, the demos that we had, things like that. I was sharing everything with him. And he was like, "Hey, if you need a new bassist," and at that point it was like a little bit if someone's there, but like immediately I was like, "Actually, like, wait, really?" And then I told them, and they were pretty much the same. And what's it called? One thing turned into the next, and now we're a full band again.
Yeah, getting Vin felt like it felt like getting an all-star on your team, like through a trade or something like that. Like we were like Matt said, our old bass player, was just moving on in life. It was a perfectly mutual situation, and it was like we never even thought to ask Vin, despite Matt living with him, because it just felt like I don't know, it
So
just
much
felt like
with
yeah, he
Bluetooth
was
too,
busy,
but yeah.
and Moontooth's like the best band in the world, and they're busy and stuff, and we were like, well, there's no way he would even consider it. So then when Matt was like text the band like, hey guys, me and Vin were like drinking beers and listening to the new EP, he kind of made a pass about like joining the band, and I called Mike. I was like, Mike, we gotta try it. Like we just have to, because he's like the best like guy and the best bass player, and anyway, so yeah, as it's progressed, it's been an amazing breath of fresh air. And he's a very positive force. He's a very high standard of excellence is the way I would call it. I mean, he's very like hard on himself and he wants everything to sound the best, and he's like determined to make it the best version of our band possible, and he's fit in immediately. I mean, taking on more responsibility than you'd ever ask of a new band member, but he just wants it, and he's the best. I have no complaints. He's truly does feel like the band is hungrier than it's ever been, and a good chunk of that is because of Vin's ambition.
Now,
I
now
think that
with you two living together, is it in a house or an apartment?
it's in an apartment. It's above a bar, which is a fun
Okay.
setup too, because we have an attic as well. It's an interesting setup, but I actually have my drums in the attic, and more recently we found out that we can fit the entire band up there. And because the bar is very loud, the only neighbor that we have that could complain about it is louder than we are. So it's actually like the perfect situation from an otherwise kind of ridiculous. Oh yeah,
I doubt you can see it, but here's a picture. Oh
Uh,
no.
it's
it's
kind of
a
like blurring because of. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
us in a tiny little attic peak.
you get sort of like the
Yeah.
claustrophobia of it, but it works. Um,
I pictured you guys in like a tall, like apartment building, and then I was like, dude, you got like the two heaviest instruments, like loud as fuck. I'm sure your neighbors love you, you know?
no, again, they're louder, so
Yeah.
it's mutually assured deafening. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Mutually assured lack of sleep.
So did you ever ask Vince, like while you were like doing this whole like changeover thing, like, hey man, you know any good bassists? Or was he
Kind
just like, I'm in?
It was less of that and more that we kicked around like through conversation, Matt and Vin, like, hey, do you have a guy? Yeah, we're kicking around a couple of options, and Vin kind of reacted like, and you didn't ask me? Like, hello, I'm right in front of you, and it was like, well, I don't know, man. It's like asking the prettiest girl at the party to dance. Like, you're like never crossed our minds, honestly, and it's just kind of funny the way the whole thing worked out. It literally he wouldn't even have been on our list of players to ask because we just were looking at realistic guys who we thought had the time to do it, and he was not on the list. But it just worked out for the better for everybody, I think.
Now, was he a recent addition before you guys like started writing this EP? Like was
No, no. He was actually the EP was done. He joined the band because he heard an advanced version of the EP and was like, "This is sick." So he actually didn't play on it, but he definitely will be writing and recording our new stuff. That's for sure.
Yeah, and even with some of the music, like for anyone that comes see it, but comes sees us play live, I can talk. For anyone that comes to any of our upcoming shows, he like is definitely like working with. I mean, whenever like a new musician joins a band, as people might know, you want to make it your own. You want to leave your print on it. So, like he's definitely doing with that with the new music, with a lot of our older music, like so despite the fact that he wasn't part of the writing process for this EP or for obviously the music that we had before it, you're still going to get a version of this band that is entirely new, thanks to his addition. Also, I love that we've just been gassing Vin up for like 5 minutes,
Yeah.
but the thing is, he's the kind of dude that like usually I would think like, oh, we can't show him this because if I heard this about myself, I would just phone it in for the next year because I'm like, oh, they love me, like we're good. But like he'll still he could hear this and still be like, all right, well, I got to practice every single night. So
Yeah.
Yeah, but in his defense, like I mean, like we can't hype it up too much because then you'll have like bassists around the country thinking they're like actually part of the band. You know what I mean? And like,
and there's the
are they?
counterweight. There we go.
Yeah, there it is. I like that. Okay, good,
I'm
good.
just kidding, bassists. I'm just kidding. I love you guys.
I'm not.
But I think it's really cool because like I just got introduced to your stuff maybe like a week or two ago, but I've been a Moontooth fan for I don't know how long.
Yeah.
And when I first heard your stuff, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even read the press release until right before this because I have some memory issues, so I got to keep everything fresh.
Sure, yeah.
And so fuck, I just forgot what the fuck I was saying. Oh, so I was listening to your music all day, and I was like, man, this kind of sounds like Moontooth. And then, like, you read the shit, and you're like, oh man, this Moontooth's in the band. But I didn't
Yeah.
realize that, like, you guys wrote this stuff before he actually took part of the band.
Yeah.
So, I'm really excited, as you can tell, about this record, but I kind of want to see where this is going to go too.
Mm.
Yeah, me too. Honestly,
Yeah.
it's like just as intriguing for us because we've never written with Vin. We've only got to experience it in rehearsals and like Matt alluded to, like just as little changes. Like, hey, do you mind if I take that part from the old song and do this instead? And we're like, yeah. There's never been one where I'm like, no, don't do that. You know, like it's just
At the very worst, it's yeah, that's fine. And at the best, it's like, oh my God, that sounds so much better. Like,
yeah. So he's got a good ear. We're excited too, man. I mean, we're learning with everybody else.
And I think it's cool too that like you guys kind of already know each other. It's not like some dude you picked up off of Craigslist or,
Yeah.
somebody you have to work out those kind of relationship kinks with.
it was an organic what's it called? A change of
Guard.
yeah.
We've been fortunate that way. We've never actually had to do the whole like put an ad out thing. I mean, our first base player was Matt's cousin. Our second base player was our buddy from high school, and then our third base player is our friend from the music scene we've known for years and years and years. So it's like just a really fortunate band that in that way to never have to like break in a new guy and be like, oh, does this guy suck? Like we knew Vin wouldn't suck. He's awesome. So it was like just very, very lucky. It feels like
Does
every
Matt
time it's always a bass player too. It feels like every time a bass player is like waning, a new guy just kind of like at the same time just picks it up. We've been like there. I hope that never changes.
Oh well, but also like hopefully that trend kind of like third time's the charm.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
hopefully
say
no more
yeah,
lineup changes.
yeah.
I'm done. No more lineup changes.
But that just further solidifies my statement of bassists aren't real members of the band, you
That's
know?
right. They just disappear and shit. Like we usually turn the bass off on the record. We just give Vin a copy that has bass on it, and then everyone else gets the real one. So
Yeah. So speaking of organic, it sounds like your writing process is probably pretty organic too. As much like even on these three songs, I wrote like a little review of your album, but like the thing that captured me the most was like it's only three songs and it's a pretty short time-wise album. But if you really listen to it, it sounds like a full LP because there's so many like tempo changes or emotion changes, and you guys just flow in and out of different genres of metal, just like Moontooth, using like lighter moments contrasted with darker, heavier deluges. Like really, really phenomenal writing.
thank
What,
you.
how do you guys write?
We like a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
That's really what it comes down to, you know? It's like Matt was talking in an interview we did earlier today about just being indecisive as a way of writing in a way, and just like we like heavy music. We like beautiful music, we like atmospheric music, we like fast music. And I think it's really easy to fall into a trap of just like taking genre A and genre B and just kind of butting them up next to each other. And there's just definitely some bands out there that do that kind of thing that I run tired of because it just feels like someone was trying to do that. And like for us, it never really, at least maybe not for the listener, but I could say for us, it never felt that way. It felt like, how do we keep this mood across a section? So if we have this sort of heavy thing that has maybe like a melancholic feeling inside the actual melody of the heavy part, how do we drag that into the clean section? Then how do we modulate that clean section into something prettier? How do we turn it into something uglier? How do we get back to this? And like, it just feels like a train sometimes. It feels like as long as you have the goal in mind of getting here and ending here, sometimes like that little journey in the middle is like the best part about it, you
Yeah.
know?
And and as far as like the more technical aspects of like how we write, like myself and Mike, the other guitarist, like usually take on more of the like initial sort of like getting the skeletons of songs together. No matter what, like by the time a song actually becomes a song, we have like Scott always contributes so much with filling out other guitar parts, and like if we need to change parts, we need transitions, etc. Like it's polyphonic music. It always says we, it never says I, which is why I like it. Like if I like write a song, which I can't actually play guitar, but I can play Guitar Pro.
Okay.
Like I can write a song on like a compositional software. I know by the time I'm like, okay, here's a song. I know when I let it go and it's to the rest of the band, like it's going to become an entirely different song by the time it actually gets recorded. But that's actually kind of
That's
part
the
of the fun
fun.
of it. Yeah, exactly. It's like, you're letting the song kind of grow up a little bit and develop its own personality. So like one thing that I like to do to like tie songs together is like finding, because like I play drums, so like even if there's a lot of like feel or atmosphere or even like key changes in a song, like making sure there's like consistent sort of like rhythmic themes or consistent like lyrical themes that sort of tie the entire thing together. That's kind of like the task of prog in a certain way. It's like, how do we take a whole bunch of like eclectic pieces and convince the listener that there was actually like a reason why they were all thrown together?
Okay. But so it's funny that he mentioned it's funny that Scott mentioned the transition work of transitioning instead of butting up against each other. And I feel that a lot of that would, if you did just butt up against each other and did stay in the same subgenre, not only will your listeners get bored, but you probably will as well. And the more I review music and listen to music, and the older I get, the transitions are, it seems, where those little nuances are where bands either make it or break it. And you guys just seem to really have like a firm grasp on how to just switch moods and just make it flow really smooth. And you guys really have a great use of negative space to
Mm.
accent that as well, not just cramming shit in for substance, you know?
Yeah, that's something that we've talked about a lot actually
Yeah,
in the
and
last couple of
actually
years.
even
Yeah.
like developing that, like that's what's nice about this EP is like I think like we finally sort of really figured out how to properly,
Space things. Yeah,
yeah.
that's probably the phrase I've uttered most in the writing process of both this EP and the upcoming record too, is just, hey, Mike or Matt, they give me something and they go, this part rocks, this song rocks. It needs more time to breathe. We need to find because it's really easy to kind of get on a train when you're writing a song and go like, there's this riff, and then there's this riff, and then there's this fill, and there's this riff, and then sometimes the outside voice is like, yo, that's all cool, but like we gotta we gotta
It,
we gotta pull this apart a little bit.
it's
Give
like
us a minute.
is this actually one song or is it like three songs wearing a trench coat?
Yeah,
Like
right, exactly. So I mean, the negative space thing's been very important and something that I'd say that we started harping on a lot. Oh, my dryer's going off. We started harping on this stuff a lot when we toured with between the Buried Me and Haken. I remember Mike and I just like taking walks to get food, and I was just like, God, they have so much stuff in their music, and yet they have these long sections where they're just kind of like strumming on a guitar. I'm like, we don't have any like strum sections. We don't have any like space. We need to like figure out how to fucking do space. And like it just bothered me a lot that like I didn't notice this until like two records in. So then a good example is the first song on the EP is a song called No Monuments, and there's a long guitar break that's like over a minute long. But there's nothing else but guitar and some cool like patch layers behind it. And that wasn't even originally in the song. It was
Mhm.
literally was like it went from a heavy section to a sort of melodic section to a clean section with drums. And then when we started to analyze the song a little bit, Mike and I were like, that riff one in there, it kind of sucks. What if we just like nix that one riff and we just let the guitar vibe for a little bit? And I love the section now. I think it's really cool. I think it gives the listener like a big like breath in where I go, whew, okay, I just took in, almost 2 minutes of kind of like ass beating metal. Time for me to like settle in a little bit. What's coming next? So yeah, thanks for pointing that out because it's definitely something we think about a lot.
I really, really like, I take people's art serious as much as I like to have fun because it's metal and joke around. Like, this is serious shit, and you guys put like a lot of time and effort into it. So, like,
Yeah,
I'd be doing you and myself a disservice, like, if I didn't really look into it, you know?
for sure. Yeah.
But I didn't look in to see what label you guys on. Are you guys represented on a label?
We are. This record came out as a sort of a collaboration with Silent Pendulum Records,
Okay.
which is a cool small vinyl label that's I think based out of New Jersey, owned by a good friend of ours that we tour with, and it was just seemed like it was a good way to team up with another force that wasn't a traditional, big old suit and tie record label, but wasn't us self-releasing either. And it felt like a good kind of way to link up another grassroots sort of organization, if you will, full of people that we know and all that kind of stuff. And just be able to link hands and say, let's do this together. Why do it by ourselves? We can do it together. So
Yep,
this is a
bunch of back scratching.
bunch of back scratching. Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's out via Silent Pendulum.
I'm a big proponent of fuck it, let's all grow together. There's enough money and ears out there, you know? So
Yeah,
that's
why not?
great you guys are helping them out.
Yeah, sure.
And they're
Do you
helping us.
think
They're helping us out too. Yeah.
Mm.
do you guys think like being on a label of your friends allows you the time and the freedom to construct things the way you want too? You know,
Yeah.
you don't have a label breathing down your back like this sucks, this isn't trendy.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's certainly pros to having a larger label. You get, sometimes with the suit and tie comes the big checkbook too, and those are obviously the goals for anyone is to have the funds to sort of do whatever they want with their music. But to your point, sometimes when you get the funds, you have somebody going, "Hey, I gave you that money, now do what I said." So yeah, with Silent Pendulum, I mean, the record was finished and recorded and done by us and paid for by us. So all the freedom creatively goes entirely in our court, and then at least at that point it's a very organic relationship because they only want to work with a band that they knew they already loved. And they said, "Hey, let us know when your EP's done. We want to put it out." It wasn't, "Hey, let me hear your demos. Hey, let me see where that's going. Hold on." It was just like, "Tell me when it's done, and we'll get these vinyl pressed." So it's been cool that way. We talk to them on a pretty much daily basis now. So every sort of little aspect of the rollout's been done as a team and not just them telling us, "Hey, you're posting on Tuesday at 10 a.m. and here's the teaser and here's the video." And so it's been cool to kind of have the shoe on the other foot and us go to them, "Hey, here's our finished music video. Here's our teaser. Here's where we're putting it all out." And then they're just sort of taking the cues from us as opposed to having them tell us what to do. So yeah, on that front, it's been great.
That's awesome, man. It's very rarely do you hear that kind of stuff, you know? So it's great to hear.
Yeah, for sure.
So you guys mentioned you're going to do some shows to maybe promote this record. Are you looking at like a record release party? Do you guys have that lined up yet? Or can
Yes,
you
we
tell
do.
like some of the New York homies where to catch you at?
For sure, yeah. I mean, we're doing a little regional run around the release of the record. It's going to be July 10th through 13th. That's New Haven, Connecticut, upstate New York and Utica, Lowell, Mass, and Biddeford, Maine. We want to just do like a cool little like exclusive sort of run, and then the following week we're doing sort of home and home weekend with a band called East of the Wall that are just like the fucking best band in the universe. They should have been huge. So that's going to
East of
be
the I'm sorry, East of the Wall, like
yes,
WALL.
yes, yeah, East of the Wall.
And they're
Yep.
still putting the records out too. So like
Yeah.
they're still, I still hold out hope that they become huge
Yeah.
too, because they have consistently put out incredible
Yeah,
music.
great band. So we're doing a New Jersey show with them, and then the following day, like you alluded to, on July 26th is our hometown Amityville Music Hall, Long Island, New York, big shebang sort of
Oh, yeah.
release show, and that's gonna have a sick lineup. It's ourselves headlining with support from East of the Wall, Lost Becomes, there's another Silent Pendulum band, Husbandry from Brooklyn, and our guitar player Mike started a new band called Machine Baby. So Mike's pulling double duty. He'll be opening and closing the show that night.
Man.
So it's gonna be sick. And then we have some vendors are gonna be at the show too. I believe we have Harvey's Hot Chicken is gonna be making chicken on the back patio.
Yep.
Just funny because three guys in the band do not eat chicken, but that's fine.
Yep.
And then we'll be having but hey, like a lot of showgoers will. And I'm not.
We're the non-judgmental sort of non-chicken eaters.
That's right. And then I believe we've locked down. I hope I'm not giving this away, but we've locked down Mara Wantalk, who's a dispensary in Montauk, I believe, that's going to be hanging out and giving out joints and stuff. And I think we're also doing a raffle with Heavy's headphones too. So it's going to be like not just a show. This is a fucking party.
Yep.
This is one hell of a way to start the summer.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, this is one that you show up early and you stay late and you make sure you have a ride home. You know,
Yeah.
it's like it's gonna be sick.
And it's right by the train station too. So like,
Yeah. Yeah.
much easier to get there responsibly or leave responsibly at that point.
Yeah.
But it
Yeah.
is nice to, like to be able to like have. I mean, obviously, like people, especially like we're out on Long Island. Like people want culture. Like you want to like be able to not just be like, all right, I went to the event, I saw the bands, and then I bought merch and I left. Like the fact that like being able like because technically we're if you think about it, we're a local business as well. So it's local businesses supporting each other. Like
Cool. Yeah. It should be fun.
We have a similar venue here in Pittsburgh, and like you said, you don't eat chicken. I'm a vegetarian, and they have like a vegan. They have a vegan food catering company that makes also vegan gourmet cupcakes. So we have the thing's called the local the venue's called the Shred Shed, and we have the catering company's called the Onion Maiden, and all the themed dishes are like heavy metal themed, like hot dogs and shit, you know. But
yeah, I think I've heard of that. Oh,
Oh, you're thinking of Kuma's Corner, I think, which is out of Chicago. They got like the Ghost Burger.
No,
and
yeah,
shit.
no, it was burgers, but I thought I heard about like hot dogs specifically.
Maybe, yeah.
In Pittsburgh, but
Maybe I'm wrong. Shout out Onion Maiden.
yeah, shout out
Yeah.
Onion Maiden. I'm the vegan member of the band, so next time I'm in Pittsburgh, I know where I'm going.
hell yeah, I'll be honest, I'd be vegan, but I like ice cream, man, and like I don't know. Some of Ben and Jerry's is good, but it's so expensive.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
No
that's
joke.
fair,
Yeah,
that's
shit,
fair.
that shit's pricey. Yep.
Yeah, but this is maybe another reason for you guys come to Pittsburgh. We have a great scene here, especially for your style of music. Great local connections. We're a very supportive community here. We'll talk later on, I'm sure, about that.
Yeah. Pittsburgh rocks, man. We played a few times. We did Mr. Smalls twice. We did it with number 12 Looks Like You. And we did it with Bella Maya.
Oh yeah.
It's always treated us well there, yeah. Oh, we did.
Oh,
We
yeah.
did fucking Jergels
Yeah,
there,
Jergel,
man.
which technically like that's more of a suburb of Pittsburgh, but like Jergel's.
Have you heard of Jergels?
I just saw a lynch mob there a couple weeks ago.
Dude, we have such. Do you have time for a quick Jergel
Yeah,
story?
no, it's like the coolest.
I got all the
avenue
time. I got all the
ever.
time in the
Like,
world.
Dude,
It's like, yo, you want to play Chili's tonight? Absolutely.
All right, so backstory, we were touring in late 21 with Intervals and Thank You Scientist and Seder. And we got the tour offer and it came in and we were looking at the venue list as you usually do when you get these things. It was like, oh, cool, we're playing Pittsburgh. Then we get the flyer that actually had the actual venues, not just the dates. And it said like Pittsburgh. And it didn't say Mr. Smalls notably, which is pretty much always where you play there. And I was like, the fuck is Jergels? And like we just thought the name was really funny. And it turns out it wasn't just us because as we got on the tour, when we started hanging out with the other bands, they're like, dude, you guys ready to play Jergels? And we're like, what's with the, like this name, man? And then it almost became so hyped up because everyone kept joking about the name that by the time we got there, it was everything we could have ever hoped for, like burgers and steaks and like all this like sort of like funny, like non-venue stuff that you'd ever expect. And I'm like, this is the weirdest setup. There's like a balcony and a dude over there eating like 2 for 1 onion rings, and like then there's us, and like it was the craziest situation. So we get in our green room after we sound check. And it's huge. It's fucking awesome, actually. Like really, really big room.
It
And,
is a
like,
great, like, all jokes aside, they treated us
very nice
well,
people.
very
Yeah.
professional. But it was basically just like it was a Chili's,
Yeah.
but like
Yeah.
it was Jergels.
So then Matt's like rummaging through like fucking drawers and just pulls out like
In our green room,
in our green room. Yeah, it
So,
wasn't like not like
yeah.
not like in the custodian's room,
Yeah.
And he like yoinks out this fucking. She's like, guys, and he's got like a embroidered Jergels polo, and he's like, fuck, it's my size. And then he before you know it, he's wearing it, and then maybe accidentally on purpose didn't put it back, and then
Actually, I have to look up what the statute of limitations is in Pennsylvania. This is over 3 years ago, so I should be safe to say this at this point. But I still own that polo, and I absolutely love it.
yeah,
But then also like it became a joke for like basically all the bands had to find out, like it became a competition how many times on stage we could say Jergels.
yeah.
But like it was kind of unfair though because like obviously some bands had more time on stage than other bands, so we did like a Jergels per minute
Yeah.
breakdown of it to level it out.
Yeah, I
But
thought I was doing
intervals,
well.
no, intervals still won. Yeah.
We were up first, so it was a little unfair. We couldn't see like how hard everybody was gonna go, and I think I said Jergels like 28 times on stage in a 30-minute set, like something insane like that. And then Seder, we were gonna beat Seder by 1, but they disqualified one of mine. They changed a lyric to include the word Jergels, but no one could hear it because I was screaming, so they took that away from me, and
It's a
that brought
fucking
level.
technicality.
Dude, I was pissed. I was like, we had Seder by 1, and they brought us level after that. But yeah, and then thank you, scientists and intervals at long sets, and they were just fucking going for it. I think we're talking like close to 100 Jergels like per band at that
Yeah,
point.
there were certain points they were literally just going Jergel, 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 Jergel.
Yeah, it was rough. I hope no one thought we were making fun of them. We truly had a great time. It was fun. So
My first time at Jergels, my buddy took me there to go see Michael Schenker, and
cool.
it was a great show. But he warned me. He was like, "Dude, this place is like Applebee's," and I was like, "What? A metal show in Applebee's?" I was like, "But fuck it, I'm in. It's Michael Schenker."
Yeah,
So we
yeah,
got there, and like Michael Schenker was literally like his headstock was like in my face,
yeah.
like where like I could have like literally picked notes. And I was like, "This is the best show I've ever been to."
It had
And
its moments, man. It's cool.
yeah, it's cheap, it's reasonable, the staff is friendly. Fuck it, come on back. We'll play Jergels.
I'll play
I
Jergels.
will so play Jergels.
I'll
man.
play Jergels
100%.
every day.
I will wear my Jergels polo to it.
You'll get arrested at Jergels for wearing Jergels polo that
It'll
you
be
didn't
worth
pay
it.
for.
It'll
But
be
we
so
have, and I love Jergels and I love the Shred Sheds, another like small, tight knit community. But we have another venue here called Preserving Underground.
Yeah, great. We played there too. Yeah, sick
Oh,
place.
okay, then you're familiar. That place is awesome.
That record store is fucking awesome, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
our guitar player Mike's a huge vinyl guy, and like we lost him for hours. Like he didn't get dinner with us. He's just like, nah, you guys go. I'll hang out here for a while. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I don't know if you were here when he opened up a second store now.
Oh,
So like I think it was last winter, he bought a store out of Philadelphia, like double-decker vinyl maybe, and truckloads where he was bringing 53-foot trailers in. So we went down, a couple guys volunteered, helped unload trucks, and got his second store up and running. And so he has one store that's like metal, hardcore, crust punk, and then the other store is like Taylor Swift and Miles Davis, and so
cool.
awesome though, because I love it all from jazz to whatever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Sick. That's fucking awesome. I gotta check that out when we're there next.
Yeah, and so like next time you guys come to Pittsburgh, look us up, man. I'll take you record shopping and we'll grab some pizzas or some shit.
That sounds like a
Sounds
great
good.
day.
Oh, maybe not pizza for you, man. I don't know. You can't do cheese, but
Dude, they don't have vegan pizza. It's a city. Most places at least have like one vegan pizza.
I'll have to call Onion Maiden up and we'll figure something out.
Okay,
There you go.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, they're great. Man, we have some great festivals here, like in the fall too. We have, I don't know if you ever heard of the Descendants of Crom.
No, no, no.
So one of my friends in the city, she's like the nicest woman on earth. Her name's Shy. I love you, Shy. You're the best. She puts on this festival. I think last year was her sixth annual show where she brings in bands from all over the country, mostly doom and stoner rock,
Hmm.
maybe like a little metalcore, a little other stuff. And it's just 2 days of like 20 bands, maybe just having fun and just mingling and all kinds of vendors and stuff. You guys would fit in great there. Hint, hint, Shy. So,
Yeah, give me a call, Shy. Let's do it.
yeah. So I don't know, like, I guess this year is supposed to be bigger. I haven't talked to her. So who
Cool.
knows?
Love it. Love that.
That'd
That's
be great
cool.
to have you in. Well, hey, the running out of time thing just popped up. We only got a couple minutes left. So we only got a couple minutes left. So I
I
wanted
do
to
love the
thank you guys.
transparency with it too. Like, oh no, the sign said stop. Oh, well, sorry.
Yeah. It's like capitalism, you know? It's like, it's you don't need it together. It's more money you want out of me. That's all it is.
That's it.
But I want to thank you guys for, taking time out of your day. I'm sure you got about 162 more interviews to do.
Couple.
So not only thank you for your time, but thanks for the riffs, man. Kick-ass album. Where can people go to pre-order Genesis of Error at?
You can pre-order right now through silentpendulumrecords.com. That is silentpendulumrecords.com. There are two vinyl variants. They're both gorgeous. They're both extremely limited in quantity. And what's a cool little ditty about it is there are two bonus tracks on the back side of this. So they are not on the EP officially. They are not on the EP in the streaming services. They are two singles that we put out in 2022 and 2023 that only existed digitally prior to this moment, but they now are immortalized on the backside of the Genesis of Era EP as B-side. So if you do purchase the record, you'll have the only physical form of those two singles as well. And there's a couple of great merch items that we busted our asses designing on there too that just look awesome, and it's a totally new design look for the band and everything too. So it's I implore everybody to check it out.
I guess I should probably order mine then before I put this live if it's an extremely limited quantity.
I wouldn't hate that. If you did that, I wouldn't hate that. I'm not gonna tell you have to, but
It's 250 and potentially nothing after that.
yeah.
Although it's kind of the same logic of like a lot of bands say, like, hey, we're breaking up. These are our last shows, and then is it actually the last show? It's more the myth that is like the thing that people like. So these are the only 250 copies. Believe me.
Maybe.
Yeah. Well, I am going to see Slayer this summer.
Exactly. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, man, I feel obligated now, so I'm gonna have to put an order in for it. It kicks ass, and people
Thank you.
should pick it up. It's a
Cool, man. I
great record,
appreciate
man.
it. Hope you dig it. The packaging rocks. I mean, the discs look gorgeous. We really busted our asses to make sure that when you get this thing, it's actually awesome to open. It isn't just like a bland little record cover. There's a lot of cool behind the scenes photos that are on the inside of the insert that are just a look into what the recording process looked like and everything. So it's a cool record, man.
Yep.
We're very proud of it. There's a hidden feature on there from a non-human performer. That's
Ooh.
all I'll say.
Yep.
So
Yep, and it was as far as the music itself goes too, it's the best music that we feel we've written so far as well. So, and obviously we're not totally what's the word satisfied with just an EP at this point. We put it out just because we wanted to make sure that after with our last full length record coming out in 2020, that we wanted more things coming out too. But we're gonna definitely be having more music come out soon. But this is something we wanted to just give people to show the direction that the band is taking. That we're still here. The music is still alive. We're still alive. We will live forever. And that we're gonna, the direction, the themes, the maturity of the music is only going to get more developed from there.
And I don't know you guys from a can of paint, really, but if you put your attention to detail that you put into your music and setting up shows and vendors and dispensaries, if you put that kind of attention to detail in your packaging, even half of that attention detail to packaging, it's probably going to be a phenomenal product. So now I feel like I fucking need to like overnight it or something as soon as it drops. Like,
hey, another cool little thing is the record is shipping early. That's actually something I should mention. It is not only is it's a lot of vinyl nowadays is pre-order and you get it fucking 5 months after it already came out. Ours is the opposite. We have them in hand. They exist physically, and as a kind of thank you to everybody buying it, they will ship nearly a month in advance. They're shipping in the last week of June, I was told today, maybe first week of July. So if you do get it, you will get it before anyone else hears it.
And please don't rip it and put it on the internet. Actually, you know what? Rip it and put it on the internet. We need actually wait, Silent Pendulum. We need a
Yeah,
yeah, oh yeah, yeah.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Pay these
Don't
dudes. Buy 2
hire it.
copies.
buy
Yeah.
5. Buy all of them. I don't give a fuck if one guy buys 250. I don't care.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Maybe 249. Let's not get greedy, you
Yeah,
know?
leave one for Mike. Leave one. Yeah.
Yeah, just one for me. That's all I ask. Well, hey, again, thanks a lot, guys. I really had a fucking blast. I hope you guys did too. And if there's anything I can do for you in the future, let me know.
Dude, I
Thank you.
appreciate you having us on your show and taking your time to talk to us, man. Thank you so much.
For sure.